It is Tuesday, October 6th, 2020, and it is not my birthday. But it is already 51 degrees, and they say it's going to be a high of 66 today, which is like a friggin' heat wave compared to what we've had lately. And we actually have a few relatively warm days coming up in our forecast, so I have no idea what that's going to amount to, if we'll actually get them or not. But anyway, today we're rocking the same mowers as yesterday, the Toro Grandstand and the V-Ride 2 with the bagging system. So yeah, that's about all we got today. We're gonna go make stuff happen.
I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
We're gonna go film some mowing, maybe some mulching or bagging leaves, or maybe even both. But before we do, I want to tell you guys something real quick. I've been getting a ton of calls from this phone number, and I keep hitting ignore. And the one time I answered it and they hung up right away. Another time they left me a voicemail. Usually they call me 5 or 6 times at like 2 in the morning, but a couple of them have been during the day. And the one time they did leave me a voicemail, it was a real quick short one, and the guy was like, "Oh, Randy," and he was like just talking crap. So if you guys get bored, you know, say like 2 o'clock in the morning or something, it's a Tennessee phone number, 731-259-2153. Again, 731-259-2153. If you guys get bored at like 2 in the morning, have nothing better to do, give this guy a call. Okay, this is the one I showed you guys before a couple times from inside the truck. This would probably be a better view for you. I said I mow that one there and that one right there. And I said across the back of the yards are huge. Well, now you've seen it. That's how big it is. It's pretty darn big. Here's the crap part about that is I set the camera up to film the sessions, and I thought it was filming the whole time while I was mowing that backyard, and it turns out the camera was dead. As soon as I turned it on, it started flashing, and I thought it was starting to record. That's what it does. And apparently after I pulled away from it, it shut right off. The camera's dead. So I didn't know that it wasn't recording, but I'll record it next week. I've been wanting to record this one for you guys. This one here, I took it from a company last year, and they stopped mowing the end of September. They didn't mow it all through October, so the grass was tall, leaves were horrendous. We filled Ryan's 16-foot open dump trailer, about 5-6 foot high, front to back, 3 times out of there, because it's one of the places we have to haul the leaves away. And so this year I said I'm staying up on them every single week, mulched them up. I just had to double cut that whole back, did a really good job. There was a ton of leaves, but that Toro does an awesome job. I think I'm going to throw the X blades back on it, because I mean, it's so amazing the way it is now. I think it'll be even better with those X blades on it. So I'm going to throw the X blades on after today, and we'll see how much better it does even yet with those on there. But I will record that one for you guys next Tuesday when I come here. I really wish I would have recorded that. That sucks. There was a lot of leaves back there and a lot of mulching up to do, but I'm not bagging anything now because I don't want to haul it away, and it would have taken so many loads in that V-Ride even after mulching it up, and I would have had to put it all in the big tarp bag in the back of this truck. So I was to stay on them and mulch them for now. But yeah, on to the next one. I'll get you guys some good footage today, or I'll try anyway. Whoo doggy. It is windy today, boy. Very windy. If you guys been following along, I was telling you about mounts the other day and how I set them up next to a tree or something. See this thing here? This is that 1/2-inch piece of pipe that I was telling you I made, and I cut it at an angle, and then I glued that, or I welded a flat plate on the top right there, and then I glued the quick connect GoPro mount to there. And I did that a couple years ago, and now I just carry this with me. I stick it in the ground wherever I want. I don't even need to find anything to clip it to. But anyway, also, if you have been following along, you know that I rebuilt that hydro idler arm assembly on the Toro grandstand, hoping that that would fix my issue with what I thought was the right side wheel motor. It seems that it has. I've used that thing for 2 days straight now on very, very large properties, small properties, everything. A lot of turning, a lot of 3-point turns, a lot of just straight mowing, a lot of everything. Hills, inclines, everything. And not one single issue. It's not an issue anywhere. It's not grinding, it's not hesitating, nothing. So it seems that that has fixed it. The machine does seem to be moving a little bit slower than I would like. And I know that some of it has to do with I go back and forth from the Skag to that, and the Skag is definitely a lot faster. So that might be why it seems that way. But when I'm on like smaller properties, or like the property that I just cut right there, it's very snappy, it's very responsive, it's an all-around quick mower. But when I get on bigger areas where I'm going in a straight line opened up, that's where it just seems like it's really slow to me. But again, that could be because I'm used to the Skag, and the Skag is, you know, a heck of a lot faster. So I think there also might be some air in the line still from when I flush it out, the fluid in the filter. So I'm gonna try to find bleeders on those hydro units when I get home tonight, and if I can find bleeders, I'm gonna bleed them out that way, just to make sure there's no more air in them. So anyway, all is good. Now we got to go to one where I'm sure there's gonna be a ton of leaves. I know I filmed that one a couple times in the last couple weeks with the walker, and I think I even filmed it with the Toro, so that's why I wanted to film it with the Skag today. Just part of it, not the whole front yard. I filmed the whole front yard with the walker, but anyway, the Skag did good, did really good. Definitely wish I would have had the walker though. I don't know, it's a love-hate for me, it really is, because I just know what that walker's capable of, and like I said, it bags so much slower. On the everyday average lawn where there's, you know, there's some leaves on it, a little coating of leaves, but nothing too extreme. You know, I'd rather have the Skag because I can fly right through it. I can go fast and still bag faster than you can with the walker. But when you get in even a decent amount of freaking leaves, I'd rather have the walker every day. It sucks them clean. And the thing is with the Skag is you get off of grass area and you go across blacktop, concrete, anything like that, and you're trying to bag, it's just blowout from all the way around the deck. And I've adjusted that baffle. Somebody asked me, I thought that was the issue too. I've already adjusted the baffle. It's not it. It hasn't helped it. So but with the walker, I can go right across blacktop, concrete, anything, and it's just like you're bagging across grass. It just sucks everything right up under. It doesn't leave anything. So, oh, that's just the difference between them, I guess. We got some leaves here. This one gets bad, real bad. I've showed this many times. I did the blower review between all the blowers on this yard, and we used the 3000 on this yard when I had it last year, the Ferris. This yard gets really bad. There's a lot of trees that dump a lot of leaves. But we're gonna bag this one up. Well, it did good. It did a lot better than I thought it was gonna. I'm not gonna comment on what the walker would have done, but I'm biased, man. The walkers are the walkers, and you guys know what I think about walkers, but it did really good. I dumped 3 times between the backyard. There weren't really any leaves in the backyard, maybe a little bit, but the bagger, I did fill 1.5 bags off the backyard because the grass was a little bit taller. And but between the front yard and the front yard, both sides of the driveway, I filled it 2 more times, and I probably could have done the whole thing once with the walker, but that's just because the walker is a bigger hopper, and it has the Versamo blades, which mulches everything up super tiny. Now, I've said it before in many videos, you cannot run gator blades on a regular bagging system like a Ferris or a Skag or anything like that. I don't know why. It doesn't work. It doesn't push it hard enough to give it enough throw. I mean, I've done it, and you know, it works pretty decent, but not. I've had a lot more bagging systems clog up over the years from trying to run those with bagging systems, so it just never worked. But with the regular blades on the walker and the Versamo blades in there, it mulches everything up so tiny I can get a lot more in there. So like I said, give or take one way or the other. The walker has a 48-inch deck, the Skag is a 52. The walker it scoots right along, but it's nowhere near as fast as the Skag. So you can bag a lot faster with the Skag. But the Skag has 2 bags, which are 3.3 bushel apiece, and the walker has a 10 bushel hopper that gets actually more than 10 bushel in there because it packs it in so tight with the oscillator going back and forth. So I don't know, but I'll tell you what, these 2 bags here, if you guys remember back when I had my Skag Freedom Z and I had the non-powered 2-bag bagging system, these 2 bags here definitely hold more than those 2 bags held. So, you guys like my smoker? Somebody asked me about it the other day. It's all digital readout. It's called a RecTech 700. Wood pellet. Some people swear by Traeger, some people swear by, I don't know, Bear Mountain or whatever it's called, or Pit Boss, I don't know. But RecTech is the top of the line. They make competition smokers, that's all they used to make, and then they end up, there's a shelf that folds up. And then they make, they just started making a customer line a few years back, but these are all considered commercial smokers. And that's my smoker. With a little shelf. Has a hole in the side, has 2 prongs that come out for temperature prongs that go out and they go in 1 and 2 and control it all by my phone. And then back there on my Blackstone griddle, I have the larger shelf for in there. But anyway, so this right here, the 3-inch wide super high lifts. They come up steeper than a regular high lift. People have been asking me what I've been running on this Toro that's making it mulch so good. Nothing special. Okay, no gator blades, no G6s, G5s, no mulching blades, no nothing. That's all I've been running on there. But what I just did, and the reason those are off there, is because I just put the X blades on here. Now I ran them with just cutting grass in the spring, and they did phenomenal. The trick is, you got to remember that they cut lower, because now you're a little over 1/4 of an inch. You're like almost 3/4 of an inch lower with the spacer in there and then the other blade. Okay, so you got to remember you're cutting that much lower when you're cutting. That's the only trick to it. But a lot of people have said that they suggest running a regular blade and then a gator blade or a mulching blade, or a high lift blade and then a mulching blade. I've gone over this before in many videos. The only thing that I've ever found that's worked with running X blades is either running 2 high lifts, or 2 short tail high lifts, or a short tail high lift and then a regular high lift, which, by the way, this is a short tail high lift. See how short that tail is versus a long tail on it and being a high lift? This is a short tail high lift. People keep asking me. I've made a bunch of different videos on blade designs, but this is a short tail high lift. Okay, so, but this is a regular high lift. See how that comes up pretty high, but that one I just showed you on the bench comes up almost straight. That's why those are called super high lifts. But this is the best blade combination I've ever found for running X blades. And this is what I'll run tomorrow with the Walker MT.
Make sure you hit the subscribity bobbity button, leave a thumbs up, and comment if you want to. You don't have to, but if you want to, you can. We'll see you in the next one.